An Israeli strike on a food distribution center in Gaza has killed a UN staff member and 4 others. And a jury will resume deliberations today on the father of school shooter Ethan Crumbley. Good morning. I'm Nora Rahm from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. The United Nations' main aid agency in Gaza says an Israeli strike on its food distribution center has killed a UN staff member. Israel says its strike was targeting an Hamas operative. NPR's Daniel Estrin has more from Tel Aviv.
Gaza health officials say the airstrike killed the UN staffer, 3 civilians, and a police officer. The Israeli military says that man was the target of the airstrike. It says he was a member of Hamas's militant wing. It accused him of taking control of humanitarian aid and giving it to Hamas operatives. His uncle denies that. He tells NPR the man was a police officer in charge of guarding aid and had been warned by Israeli security to stop his work. NPR producer in Gaza, Anas Baba, visited the UN Aid Center where the airstrike hit the courtyard.
It was in the middle of the warehouse, next to the warehouse that's holding most of the food and the diapers for the babies, and even the baby milk.
The UN warns a quarter of Gaza's population is one step away from famine. Daniel Estrin, NPR News, Tel Aviv.
A jury in Michigan is scheduled to resume deliberations today in the trial of James Crumbley. He's facing charges as a result of his son's deadly shooting at Oxford High School near Detroit in 2021 that killed 4 students. Alex McLennan with member station WDET reports James Crumbley is charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter.
Prosecutors argue that James Crumbley could have prevented the shooting, but instead ignored his son Ethan's mental health and bought him the gun used in the attack. Prosecutors also say Crumbley didn't share key information with the school. The defense counters that Crumbley couldn't have foreseen his son's actions. A verdict could come as soon as today. Crumbley's wife, Jennifer Crumbley, was found guilty on identical charges last month.
Ethan Crumbley is serving a life sentence for the attack. In Texas, the parents of a slain school mass shooting victim are staging a sit-in outside the Uvalde Police Department. They want 3 officers from the department either suspended or fired. Texas Public Radio's Caleb Padilla reports.
Brett and Nikki Cross lost their 10-year-old son Uzziah in the 2022 shooting. They arrived at the Uvalde Police Department at 11:33 a.m. That's the time when the gunman entered the elementary school, and it would take law enforcement more than 70 minutes after arriving to end the shooting. Brett Cross participated in a sit-in in 2022, after which the entire Uvalde School Police Department was suspended.
Last time I did 10 days, 245 hours. I will stay out here as long as it takes. I shouldn't have to. I should be at home playing video games with my kids on spring break.
This comes days after a report by an independent investigator found that police acted in good faith and did not violate protocol on the day of the shooting. I'm Caleb Padilla in Uvalde.
This is NPR.